Rules and theory of human rights law. Human rights law are principles designed to protect fundamental rights and freedoms that belong to every person simply because they are human. Rules of human rights law. The rules of human rights law are universality, interdependence, inalienable rights, indivisible rights, dignity, pluralism, and the approaches to interpretation. Universality is the principle that human rights apply to all individuals without discrimination, regardless of nationality, status, or background. It reflects the idea that rights are inherent to humanity rather than granted by the state. As a result, states are expected to respect and protect the rights of everyone within their jurisdiction. Interdependence is the principle that all human rights are connected and mutually reinforcing. The enjoyment of one right often depends upon the fulfillment of others, such as the link between education and freedom of expression. This means that rights cannot be fully realized in isolation from one another. Inalienable rights are rights that cannot be taken away or surrendered, except in limited and lawful circumstances. They are inherent to each person and do not depend upon government recognition for their existence. Even where certain rights may be restricted, their core essence remains protected. Indivisible rights are the principle that all human rights have equal status and importance. Civil and political rights cannot be prioritized over economic, social, and cultural rights, nor vice versa. This ensures that the protection of one category of rights does not undermine another. Dignity is the foundational value where all human rights are based, recognizing the intrinsic worth of every individual. It requires that individuals are treated with respect and not subjected to degrading treatment. Many specific rights derive their meaning and scope from the protection of human dignity. Pluralism is the recognition that democratic societies are composed of diverse beliefs, cultures, and ways of life. Human rights law protects this diversity by safeguarding freedoms such as expression, religion, and association. It ensures that minority views are respected equally alongside majority perspectives. The approaches to interpretation are balancing of rights, proportionality, and the margin of appreciation. Balancing of rights is an approach where courts weigh competing rights or interests against each other to determine which is more important in the specific circumstances of a case. Proportionality is an approach where any restriction on a right must have a legitimate aim, be suitable and necessary to achieve that aim, and strike a fair balance between individual rights and the interests of the community. The margin of appreciation is an approach where national authorities are given a degree of discretion in how they implement and apply human rights standards, particularly where there is no clear consensus among states or where cultural and social contexts differ. Theories of human rights law. The theories of human rights law are the rule of law, democracy, and the separation of powers. The rule of law is the principle that all individuals and public authorities are subject to and accountable under the law. It requires that laws are clear, accessible, and applied equally, ensuring legal certainty and fairness. Within human rights law, the rule of law safeguards individuals from arbitrary power and provides mechanisms where rights can be enforced through independent courts. Democracy is the theory that legitimate government authority derives from the will and participation of the people. It promotes political equality, accountability, and regular elections, allowing citizens to influence decision-making. In human rights law, democracy both depends upon and reinforces rights such as freedom of expression, association, and participation in public life. The separation of powers is the theory that governmental power should be divided between the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. This division prevents the concentration of power and creates checks and balances between institutions. In the context of human rights law, the separation of powers ensures that courts can independently review the actions of the other branches to protect individual rights. Thank you for watching this video on the rules and theory of human rights law. I'll see you in the next one.